Is this thing on?
Oh my, I was literally about to say that.
Guys,
Hello.
welcome back to the Probably TMI podcast with your host, Mads.
And Shelby.
Okay, let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room right away. It's been a month. It's been a month. The last time we posted an episode was June 20th. It is currently today, July 22nd, I think.
It was June 20th, the last time we posted an episode.
I went back and I looked.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize.
So it's been a month and there's been a lot going on. We didn't abandon you guys. Don't think that we broke up and got in a fight and are ending this, because we're not. We were just really
We're still together.
We're still together. We're still married. We haven't gotten divorced.
Not yet.
There's a list, a scroll, if you will, of reasons why we weren't able to get together and film and record. And let's quickly go through those. Okay. So I think
it needs to happen.
I think it kicked off. Was it you getting sick?
Yeah. So I had the double homicide. I had laryngitis and strep, and I was out for a week.
Yeah. No voice.
No voice. I had to tell Mads, I'm sorry, girl, but there's no way we can film right now. I have no voice at all. I sound like I don't even know.
Like a smoker, of 1,000 years.
Like a chain smoker from hell. Yeah. So I couldn't do that. And then at the tail end of me feeling better, you had went on a trip. I
went on a trip with my family to Michigan, because that's where my family is, my grandparents, and I haven't seen them in years. So we try to go. It's been years. So we were like, oh, let's go up. So it was a 10-day trip, barely had Wi-Fi. Obviously, that wasn't really going to work out.
She went off the grid.
I went off the grid. We were in the middle of the woods and we were kayaking and doing all kinds of things. So that obviously pushed us back another week. And then came back. That was 2 weeks ago. Got back 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
I had a conference this past week for work because I accepted a job offer. I'm employed officially under contract. So we're very excited about that. Shell, what's your job status?
So as Matt's accepting a job, I'm quitting my current job. So Monday's my last day at where I'm at now. And then Mads is starting her beautiful journey as a kindergarten teacher.
Third grade.
Is it third grade? Okay. So you're starting third grade. She's actually teaching at the school that I went to.
Yes.
For elementary school, which is so cute, so full circle. And it's her dream school. So
it's really special. I'm not going to disclose that information, but just know.
So it has been crazy. And it honestly, for me personally, missing episodes sucks because we always pull time out for this.
Yeah.
For almost a year now, we have pulled time. We could be in the worst moods in the world and we'll be like, we still have to film today. And we have.
We have, and we look forward to it. We've said this multiple times. It's our weekly catch up or weekly time that Shelby and I get to hang out and talk to each other organically instead of just over text. So this is our happy time. So not being able to do it really sucked. We would text each other and be like, oh, I think we have to push it another week. And we were just, it sucked. So don't think we were just screwing you guys over, because I know you guys are patiently waiting upon our return, and we got so many messages from you guys.
So many messages.
What's going on? We actually did we had a listener that you told me about that questioned where we were.
Oh, I did. I'm not going to disclose the information. He's kind of high profile, but he was like, hey, by the way, I haven't seen any episodes. Have I missed them? I'm like, no, we haven't put anything out in a while. So just so you guys know, it's not normal for us to delay episodes. We really do enjoy doing it. So it's been a long month of not recording. So we're happy to finally be back.
Yes.
But speaking of 1 year, that is fastly approaching.
Happy birthday to us.
So fun little backstory. We actually created Probably TMI the night before my birthday. So
that was fun.
It was so fun, and it's literally almost been a full year. I can't believe it.
I literally remember that night like it was yesterday. I remember we recorded, we had our little scripts on our table, and then we recorded our first episode. We were so happy and sweating and everything, and then it turned midnight. We had a little cake for you, and it was your birthday. It was just such a good memory, and it's so crazy that it's been a year.
I know, honestly, where has the time gone? So much has happened.
Yeah.
We started this podcast at such a good time because we can watch all of the major life events, like literally
seriously.
Boom, boom, boom. Like we've gone through a lot. So it's so been good ones. It's been great. And that's, and that's something for us to be able to look back on and cherish. So,
and you can expect something like centered all about that next week's episode. We have a special one coming for you guys.
Stay tuned.
We're actually going to be releasing, you'll know this once this is posted, but we're releasing 2 episodes this coming week.
We are.
This one and then our 1-year anniversary one. So you're going to have an extra episode. You guys deserve it. I mean, we have let you off with 4 not posting, but it's going to be good. So stay tuned and listen to this one and then listen to the next one because they're going to be back to back. Just letting you know.
Yes. It's going to be fun. I'm very excited. I'm buckled in. We're going to have like a birthday weekend. Can't wait. So.
Oh yeah. Like literally double the birthday. Birthday of Probablytmipod and birthday of you. So.
Woo!
When
Can't
God
wait.
blessed this earth with you.
God is blessing us with so many things.
Yeah.
But other than that,
yeah,
I'm really excited to talk about this week's topic because this has been like literally everywhere on TikTok, Instagram. So many like current events have happened.
Yes. We kind of just wanted this episode not only to be like a catch up because obviously what else do we do in the beginning of every episode, but we like to take current events that are happening and just like dissect them a little bit because, it's a hot topic and we want to talk about it because yes. So you want to start out with the bad one or you want to start out with the good one?
I think we should start out with the bad one because it was such a huge deal. And I think that came first.
Yeah.
In the event of things, like craziness.
You guys. Colleen Ballinger. Like, can we talk about it? Like, let's talk about it.
Miranda sings.
I've watched her like before. Like she had like that TV show. I was never like a fan, but like I watched some of her videos because she was cool, whatever. But I've also been seeing that this topic has been brought up on other I would say TikToks, that too. It's all over. And other podcasts, like I know what's her name? Tana
Mongo,
Mongolian beef. She was talking about it. I saw it on the one with Ethan. What's that one called? I don't know.
The H3 podcast.
Yes, the H3 podcast. Anyways, it's a big thing. And if you don't know, she was basically like caught. I don't even know if it's like caught or just like there was people from the situation that brought up things that happened between her and minors, like sending inappropriate messages, doing inappropriate things at her shows with minors, basically acting of a predator, but using it like as her career. So like it was supposed to be okay, I guess, because it was her career, but things have been risen up. There's been messages, there's been videos, there's been weird stuff that has completely canceled her out of this earth. So
you know what? It all depends on how you deal with this situation. But I think as society, we can all agree her apology or addressing the situation video was one of the worst things I've ever laid my eyes on. That was absolute garbage on top of like steaming hot pile of shit, like of a video that she put on YouTube.
Her accusations or whatever, like what people are talking, like that's bad enough, but to put a ukulele cover of a song of an apology, which it wasn't even an apology given.
Yeah,
it was basically her being defensive.
It was all just defensive.
It's actually hysterical. Like with her having that mindset, thinking that that is an appropriate response to such a serious accusation of her.
Right. So, okay. For the people who don't know, so Miranda Sings has been on YouTube forever. That's her like alias, Miranda Sings. And she has just like this slapstick kind of goofy character that she plays. She went on tour and would just do her little bit, her little gag. She'd have like the red lipstick kind of like drawn all over her face, the outfit. She would just go and like crack jokes and do her little voice, her Miranda Sings voice. She had a group chat that was leaked, which, you know what, real quick side note, it's crazy to me that these things don't get called out years ago
when they're happening.
Right. And I get that it takes people a long time to like admit what was going on.
Right.
But I was just surprised to see this come out suddenly. And now everybody's hopping on the like, yeah, Miranda has been a bad person. So basically there are these group chats that, you know, kids have leaked and like talked about openly now.
Put them up, guys. Don't worry.
I think it was, yeah, you'll see it. It's called Weenie's group chat, I believe.
Yeah.
And what was she saying in them?
So if you're listening on one of our, you know, listening only platforms and you can't see it on the screen here, she was basically just asking like inappropriate questions. There was like this guy named Adam. I think that was one of the biggest people that were talking about. Like,
they were her fans. She had like a fan group chat that she talked with her fans.
But they were well under the legal age. They were probably like 12, 13, just very inappropriate. First of all, just having a group chat that's just not supervised by anything is kind of weird. She'd be like, do you need questions for your Q&A? Like questions, she'd be like, are you a virgin? Like saying this to like children. What's your favorite position? Just really like, not okay things to be talking about. And she was in like a pretty bad relationship, like her past marriage. I guess she was like going to that group chat of children, like just trauma dumping on them about her relationship. And it's like, you are a grown woman. Why are you choosing a group chat of 12-year-olds to be talking about this kind of stuff with? It's just odd, you know?
It is. It's very odd. And like I said, it's just weird that all of this is suddenly coming out because now you have other YouTubers such as H3 who's absolutely dragging her. You have people like Trisha Paytas that they even had a podcast that they were starting together.
Literally they had one episode up, like, oh my goodness.
And then all this got aired, which, okay, this is why I don't really trust Trisha either, because she's just trying to hop on a trend. She's like, that's like if I were to you, like something controversial came out about you. And then I'm like, yeah, let me feed into that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I wouldn't have started a podcast with you if I knew that you were a bad person.
But like they were like close. It seemed like they were friends. So that's why it is weird. But like,
yeah,
I feel like everything just came up out of the blue. I don't know.
Out of nowhere.
Like went from 0 to 100.
Agreed. And Trisha, who, you know, had this podcast with her and apparently they've been friends. Apparently Miranda Sings or Colleen Ballinger was leaking her, what do you call it?
Explicit.
Her graphic, explicit content and showing people just to make fun of her.
Do you have
Trisha? No, I can't. And like, this makes me wonder if Trisha even knew that before.
Right. I don't think she did. Podcast. Trish posted like a response video to Colleen. I didn't have a chance to watch it, but she was like, I'll never associate myself with her again. Like, I'm disgusted. Like, you know, having her around my child because she has her baby is just sickening. Sickening.
That is sickening.
Protect your children.
God. Yeah, so she hops on YouTube once all of this stuff gets crazy and out of hand, and she has the toxic gossip train.
I'm going to include a clip right here of like the most absurd lyric from the song where she was like, the only thing I like was my Persian cats. Like, I literally like open mouth, like jaw drop. I'm like, are you serious? So here's that.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser.
I couldn't even watch it. The cringe was so astronomical that I saw clips on TikTok and I'm like, that's all I need to see.
Same.
I'm good. I'm good.
Bad. Oh my God.
It's just like, I would understand if they were just allegations, but there's actual proof of her doing this stuff. There's literal proof of her like being inappropriate to young, literal, like, oh, excuse me. Like literal, like toddlers on stage with her. And she would be like saying wildly inappropriate stuff.
Right. And it's like, people were just laughing about it. That's what's weird. It's like back then it was okay, but all of a sudden now it's all terrible. But like, I don't know if some people were just not comfortable, like saying that things were inappropriate. But like, if I would have seen these things back then, I'd be like, no.
It just seems like she used her character to advance her own weird, messed up desires. Yeah. Like she's the one who wanted to do that. And then people are like, oh, that's just Miranda Sings. Right. It's part of her shtick.
Just her character. Yeah. She definitely used fame as an excuse for sure. Yeah. Which is sick.
I think that's why people are mad now. But like, Miranda, girl, there's screenshots of you saying these things. There's videos. Like, you're not being, it's not like it's not gossip. It's actual facts. Like, you have been called out.
Did you see that when the H3 podcast was talking about and playing the video or like of her apology, she copyrighted that episode of the H3 podcast. She copyrighted them because it's like her song. She's literally
oh my God, you guys, she put that song on Apple Music. Like, she wanted to profit from that song. Like, buy my song Toxic Gossip Train for 29 cents on iTunes. Disgusting.
Like, have some, like, she needs a reality check. And I'm assuming this is gonna be it, but like, how terrible can you be?
She needs to be canceled, like, fully. Like, if I could give one person a golden ticket to coming back to YouTube, it would be 100% Jenna Marbles.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Shane Dawson, that's a little controversial, but you know, whatever.
Him. Yeah,
I can live without him. But you know, his content, I was a big fan, to be honest.
Meredith Sings?
But
no.
Never. I'd never watched her anyway.
Right.
And, like, if you're weird with kids, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, given I work in a profession with children, like, just it's so disgusting, like, that kind of behavior. And I'm so surprised that it wasn't taken more seriously back then. I guess it just wasn't. Like, I don't know why, but like, I'm glad it's done.
The parents didn't see the group chats. Like, what, like, grown woman in her right mind in her 30s would ask a group of kids what their favorite position is? What was she thinking?
And she released that book, like, of her character, like the Marina Sings book or whatever. There was like pictures of drawings that were looking like body parts that should not be in. And like, just her like how she was talking was very sexual, but it wasn't like, if a kid was reading it, they wouldn't really get it. Obviously an adult would, but it was just pushing it way too much. Like, you know, there's comedians out there that have their content like, oh, like, it's enjoyable for kids because the jokes will go over their head, and for adults they'll enjoy it because, you know, it's adult, some adult jokes included. But that is just, she really took advantage of the situation and just made it way too inappropriate for children under the age of 18. Like, seriously.
Do we think that she's had CPS called on her?
I don't know, because she has 3 kids.
She's kids.
Yeah.
She has 3 kids.
Yeah.
Didn't she have twins or something?
Yeah, she had a son, and then she had she had twins. So
what the absolute dude.
I don't know what she's doing right now, but
such a weirdo.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, know, especially her having kids and like her thinking that that's okay is really odd.
I can't get over it. I think that her song thing, it was just disgusting.
It makes me laugh. Like, it's just so horrendous. Like, only a crazy person would do that. So something's not right.
Yeah. Oh my God. It reminded me because she comes on YouTube with her ukulele and she's like, my company didn't say I couldn't sing about it. And then that reminded me of the Nickelodeon part in Victorious, where Kat Valentine was going to go on stage and they're like, no, you can't talk. You're going to lose your voice. And she like gets on stage and belts. She didn't say I couldn't sing.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Exactly. Yeah. Good job.
I think she might have gotten that idea from Victorious.
Oh yeah, a fake TV show, because apparently that's her life, and she thinks that she's living in a sitcom. So
yeah, she's sick, she's twisted.
There's
However, to make an inappropriate comparison of topics, speaking of kids, Zayn Malik has a daughter. Yeah. Zayn Malik's daughter.
She does. Or he does.
Hi. He talks about his daughter Kai a little bit on the Call Her Daddy podcast. Lots of big things happening for Zayn. He's kind of coming back on the scene.
Yeah. We love to see it.
And we really, really do. We really do. Did you watch her podcast with Zayn?
I didn't watch the full thing, but I was doing a little bit of research for this episode. I like accumulated enough clips to like understand what it was centered around.
Okay. Yeah, so he gets on there and he's like, I haven't done anything like this in 6 years. And I was like, it's been 6 years?
Yeah. If you guys don't know, Shelby and I, big OG One Direction fans. Yep. She was an OG Liam fan. Right?
No, I was Louis for
Louis.
a huge portion.
We've talked about this before. I don't know. Maybe
no,
that's just us.
It bounced around. It was Louis and then it was Liam.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And then you guys know
always
been. I mean, you guys can't even know. But so
live or die.
Seeing this podcast with him, like I've never seen him, like in the comments, it was like I've never seen this man speak so much, like in my life.
He was so sweet. Like he just seems like, honestly, I could just call him baby girl. Like he was just so baby girl in that.
He was GG. Like he's definitely grown. And I mean, of course he's a father and that forces you to, mature and be a different human. But he also talked about just the reason why he kind of just left the band and what was happening in like the industry. And I mean, I have a little clip if you guys want to watch it, which I will play right now. Let's see it.
I think I'd known for a minute. There was a lot of, look, I don't want to go into too much detail, but there was a lot of politics going on. Certain people were doing certain things, certain people didn't want to sign contracts. So I knew something was happening. So I just got ahead of the curve. If I'm being honest with you, I was like, I'm just going to get out of here. I think this is done. And I just seen it. And I completely selfishly wanted to be the first person to go and make my own record. To be completely honest with you, I was like, I'm going to jump the gun here for the first time. I'm a passive dude, but when it comes to my music and my business, I'm serious about it and I'm competitive. So I wanted to be the first to go and do my own thing. That was the reason. And then there was obviously underlying issues like within our friendships. We'd been together every day for 5 years and we got sick of each other, if we're being completely honest.
First of all, his accent is so cute. I love his accent.
So for those of you who don't know, Zayn Malik, like we said, was into One Direction. Comes on the podcast and he was explaining because he was the first one to leave One Direction.
Like years before they all decided to, be done. Like I think it was 2 years before the band decided to quit.
How many albums did they drop after him? 2 or 1?
Didn't they just 2. Release?
No, because didn't they did Made in the AM
and then 4.
Oh yeah. No, he was in 4.
We'll have to fact check that so we won't confirm nor deny. But yeah, he released himself from the band a couple years prior to the band breaking up altogether.
And let me tell y'all, as kids who lived through this, we were in like early high school when this was going on. Yeah. We were shook,
devastated,
to our absolute core.
We were so
upset. I mean, we were like, okay, as long as the band's getting together, and then they break up, but I'm not surprised. He said what we all knew over all of this time. We knew that the relationships between the boys were going downhill. Like Louis and Zayn had public blowouts. Liam recently was on the Jake Paul podcast and made an ass of himself, which he's apologized for since.
But still. And then the whole contract thing, how like there was like stinginess going on with contracts and he knew that like something was going to fall through. So he just wanted to hop on his own thing, which I don't blame him. Honestly, I
don't either. That is just the Justin Timberlake thing of him to do, just to leave first. It's the Camila Cabello, the Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. I mean, they're all successful on their own, which is great, but he finally said what we were all thinking.
Yeah. I can't believe he said that though. I wonder if the boys know that. Like, I wonder if he's had open talks with the rest of the boys and been like, hey, this is like why I left. But it seemed like he left on bad terms.
Yeah, like especially when he was talking about relationships. It was probably a little rocky when he left. But I feel like lots of them have like still had a relationship. So I feel like that was probably a conversation that they had like inside together. And because obviously, like you were saying, Zayn hasn't done an interview in 6 years. So this was like big for him. Like even the people like the Call Her Daddy fans were like, how did you get him on? Like he hasn't been on TV. Like he hasn't been on camera in years. So that we loved getting that. So we really thought that was a extravagant event that we needed to talk about.
Shout out to Alex Cooper. I would have shit my pants. I would have had a full dookie if I knew that I had to interview Zayn Malik.
Could you imagine him coming on our podcast? Like, hi.
No, I think I wouldn't do it. I'd be too nervous.
I'd be like, sorry, no, I'm declining.
Fell shocked. Okay. One other thing though is, what was I going to say?
I'm sorry if I took that away from you.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It's marinating.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I fully forgot just now.
Okay.
I fully forgot what I was going to say. However, Oh, I remember.
Okay.
The Zayn music video thing. He just came out with a new song and
Mhm.
he picked a girl. I don't know if it was by random or what, but it sounded like it was. He picked a girl who has like been a Zayn fan for years, like loved him since One Direction.
Mhm.
And they like are full on making out in his new music video. And she's on TikTok like, you guys, I cannot believe this happened. I have been a Zayn stan my whole life. They reached out to me. I went on this. I did it. And we're all so happy for her. She's gorge though. She's actually gorge. And she landed a role in Zayn Malik's new music video as his main love interest.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Girl, audience, I encourage you, if you haven't seen a clip of that, go watch it, because if you're like me, I'm avoiding seeing it because I'm scared. I don't know what I'm gonna see.
Dang, that's crazy, guys. That's crazy.
Look out for Zayn, I guess. Zayn's on his comeback and I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. Good for him. Good for him.
We love to see that for him. We truly do.
We do. Wow.
All right.
Well,
that was great. I feel like we had some deep stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that was like, there's obviously more important things going on in this world, but we like to keep it fun and funky here. And so fresh. That was some things that we wanted to talk about together and talk about with you guys. But that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our weekly segments. Finally, we're back a month later. I'm so excited. Woo! So let's go ahead and start with the one, the only, new and improved. You guys like how I kept it in the background? Toxic gossip train.
Toxic Hot Wheel train.
So bad, guys.
Yeah,
so bad.
I liked it. Mads, I like the decoration. Used it as a decoration. I like it.
Yeah, I just thought, the couch was a little boring. I thought I'd add a little bit of spice.
Okay, wait. Who answered last time? Do we remember?
I think it was you. I think whoever is, guys, we take turns editing the podcast every week. I think the person that's going to be editing the video, I noticed a pattern, is the one that spins it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure last time I asked you was the last time you pooped and you talked about your poop.
No, you were the one talking about your poop, like getting butt naked.
No, that was just a TMI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready to spin?
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1.
It's spinning. Oh.
Last time you pooped.
Wow. You called it.
I love manifestation. This morning. Yeah, I had Chipotle for dinner and it made its way out this morning. Nice and healthy. Nothing crazy. So,
dude, I also pooped this morning and I'm in the mood for Chipotle right now.
Ooh, I've been craving it, so I had it last night for dinner and it hit.
Yes, girl. Yes, Miss Girl. My Chipotle, unfortunately, I found a dead fly in my food last time, and like it hasn't been the same since. I'm a little afraid.
No, yeah, I get it.
So
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a TMI?
I have a couple, honestly. I have one that I'll share, and obviously I'll share the next one in the next episode. But it's been a month, so lots of things can happen in a month. But the first one that happened was I was going kayaking in northern Michigan. Here I go, starting to over explain my TMIs. I always do it every week. Sorry, guys. I went kayaking with my family, and I have never been kayaking before. Okay, I've been canoeing, but I've never been kayaking. And then we're just like, oh yeah, 10 of us are going kayaking. I've never done it before. I just get in my kayak and we go. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
We get in, we go.
We just get in and go. And like, they expect me to know what I'm doing, and I don't know what I'm doing. And we're in Michigan, guys. Mountains in Michigan. Hi. Rivers that are going downstream quickly. Hello. Hi. How are you? And they're natural, they're not man-made like some of the ones down here.
You went like white river rafting.
Literally, like I thought this was going to be like a chill thing. No, like I couldn't even, like I didn't even have to paddle because the water was moving so fast. We get to this corner and it's kind of shallow. So like we were like working as a team. We're like, oh, like steer right, steer left, because you don't want to be in the shallows because rocks, obviously. So I don't know what I'm doing. This is the first 10 minutes of our excursion. I'm already crying a little bit because I'm scared. And then I turn this corner and I'm too shallow, obviously. So my bottom gets stuck on the rocks, right? So it's like pebbly rock. So I'm like trying to like push myself off. And then like the middle of my kayak hits a bigger rock and it flips me over and I fall. out of my kayak. Luckily, water didn't get in the kayak and it didn't like sink my kayak. I just kind of tipped out of it. But because it was shallow and rocky, I like slammed my leg on the rocks. I'll insert a picture here. Mads, when you're editing, remember to put the picture because you didn't do it last time. Okay. I'll insert a picture here. My whole leg was like bruised and cut up. Like it was rough. So after like the first half of the excursion, I got it together. But I was like crying. Like my leg was bruised up. I was like shaking because the water was like 3 degrees because Michigan water is freezing. It never gets warm. So that was that. But I mean, I felt cool after. I'm like, hey, I got these battle scars. And there was like 3 out of maybe like 4 out of 10 of us that like flipped or like that, you know, fell. So.
Yo, kayaking is such a workout. Like if you're doing it in still water, like a river. Oh my God.
Even with the flowing
you can't
river,
do it alone.
It was the next day I was so sore. Like my like armpits were sore, like from, you know, I'm like, oh my back was stiff from like, you know, being so tight and like making sure I'm not tipping over. It was a lot of fun. It was beautiful. If you want to go to my personal Instagram, check that out. I have some pictures there, but it was fun. But I suffered the consequence of never doing it. So
did they give you like a helmet? Like, I feel like that would be a tall tale sign. No. I feel like they might have should have.
If I asked, maybe, but everything was happening so fast. I did get a life jacket. But I mean, that wasn't doing anything. I mean, it was shallow. It wasn't like anything crazy, but I was like crying to my dad. I'm like, Dad, like, I didn't like, why did you tell me that was so rough? He's like, sorry, babe. I didn't know how rough it was.
Didn't know what we were getting ourselves into.
But once I got it, it was gorgeous. And I would totally do it again. Now that I know how to do it, it was just because I have never done it before. I just had to get the hang of it.
Yeah.
But you know, that's just how life works.
Poor soul. Yeah.
It was funny. Anyways,
damn, you go, girl.
Thanks,
girl. Good for you. You're out here like being an adventurer and explorer.
I know. It's a lot of work. What's your TMI?
Honestly, okay, what would my TMI be? I think my TMI is that my apartment complex caught on fire.
That's right.
The other day. I'm not going to say where I live or anything. Fires happen all over the globe, but mine caught on fire. And it was the unit very close to mine. And it was like a level 3 alert. So if the firefighters didn't come in time, it would have spread. So
guys, it was like
really,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
It was literally like, she sent me the link. Like it was on like the local news of where she was, of where she lives. And I'm like, oh my God.
I literally get home and I see a news crew interviewing like some of the residents here. And I'm like, is this my moment? Should I pop in and be like, hey, like make my debut on like the news?
Right.
So yeah, that happened. It was absolutely like crazy. And it made me feel so bad for the people. They lost everything and they had to rescue people from the building, the burning building.
Crazy. And like Arizona is dry and hot. So that fire spreads quickly.
Yeah. I felt so bad. So bad for these people that were impacted, you know, because you have to start your life all over again, basically. Hopefully, everything you own, gone.
Hopefully they had like renter's insurance or something. Like
you have to in Arizona.
Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, that sucks. I'm so glad. Like literally I was just sitting down eating dinner on Thursday. She texts me, she goes, so my apartment caught on fire today. I'm like, another day in the life of Shell. Like it's just...
I sent her it like real life pictures I took of it, the news article, where my building was in comparison to where it happened. Like I know I really just trauma dumped on her, but it was crazy. I was like, dude, what else could happen here? And then I told my front office, hey, you guys better send out an email and let us know what the hell happened.
Yeah, because it didn't even say what happened. It was just
they still haven't told us. They still haven't they haven't alerted us about anything. It's just been, you know, crazy. So I'm just actually so thankful that like I made it out alive.
So thankful you're alive, you're well, your apartment's not burned to the ground.
Like what if like it was my building and I was inside? It could have died.
Right. And it's okay to joke like that because no one was injured.
No one was injured.
No one was injured. We're good.
I already looked that up, you guys. So don't worry. But
don't worry.
All right. Well, I'm so excited for this next week. It's been so good to be back. It's been so good to see you.
So good, guys.
It's been good to see you.
It's been good to see you. I miss your face. I mean,
yeah. It's been a while. We're happy to be here. We will not take a month off for a very long time.
We don't plan to.
So long live Probably TMI. We're back, babies.
Yes. Don't forget to check out our social media. That's where we're updating you on what's happening. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
You know the drill.
All of them. You guys know. Hello, we're here every week, minus the last 4. But besides that, look out for us on there. Well, like I said, we're double doing it this week. So you're going to get 2 episodes super, super soon. So look out for those. You can listen on any streaming platform except for Apple Music, because we're not affiliated with them, because they don't want to help us out. So other than that, we're here for you. We love you. Thank you for listening.
Love you guys. See you in the next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.